3 times as much as the bank will pay you in a year, and you're in control of your own money.
Absolutely. You mentioned a few minutes ago, you said about your demo account, and you said you sort of said, "Oh, I was on it ages." Can you just expand on that for me?
Pure terror at going live, even at putting a 0.01 lot size, which is only 10 cents. It's that meant, and I will always remember it, because and anyone that comes in new, I recognize it so well. And it's a psychology. And again, I was thinking about this when I was getting the logs before I came on with you, John, and I thought, do you know, this has made me a much better person. It's made me more confident, more accepting of myself. The community is wonderful. Yeah, just more confident in a nice way. Because sometimes I think online and you're doing something remotely. I mean, I'm probably, you know, older than you. I'm sure I am, you know. But you know, my 40-year career was all in bricks and mortar, hands-on, pitching to people, presenting, talking, you know, interaction, interviews, or whatever I was doing. Whereas I've always found online, I've recognised the power of it. I've always found it quite difficult, but I don't now. But because you can't hide anywhere online in an odd way. It as a medium, it's very much, isn't it? It knows who you are, and it senses who you are. Trading and being part of that community has really helped me with that confidence. So psychology, I just felt very fearful of going live. And once, you know, I went on a management training course with the army, and we were up in near Snowdonia, and it was woods. So part of it was, and I was, you know, a respected manager, but part of it was out in the woods, blindfolded, and the army trainers said, you've got to run through this woods as fast as you can. Well, of course, some people, even with a blindfold on, ran through really fast the course, even with a blindfold. Whereas me, I tiptoed along and I felt my way round the tree.
Sorry, Sarah. Sorry.
Yeah, I found my way round the tree where the rope was, and it's all in the dark like this. And at the end of that particular day's training, they said that we can tell 2 types of people what they were like as children, you know, because it's how you're brought up as kids. So one set of children are, yes, you're fine, you can do it, hooray, hooray, well done, he said. And the others are so scared, you know, witless, I was in that category, that they pull the duvet, they're frightened all the time, they pull the duvet up over their heads. Yeah. And that was reflected in how, because some of them just went hell for leather even though they were blindfolded. So trading's definitely given me, because in my career I was very much in control, where you're controlling everything, so you could keep a sort of barrier up. But that's what I love about trading. It's a level playing field. It's truly the most empowering way to live a life beyond your dreams, if you'll only embrace it and think big enough. And there are many people who will help you, because we're all on our own journey, and we all want the same, and we all want good for ourselves and the world, really. A bit corny, but you'll find a lot of people are very charitably driven, and very much, you know, I want to do this for me and my family, but also I have bigger goals and ambitions and visions to help, you know, whatever your particular passion is.
So one of the things I've noticed about you is you stand out because your knowledge is so amazing, really. You know, you talk like you've been doing this for 35 years. The way you talk, and it's sort of, you know, I'm going to the quarter point theory, and I'm doing the EMA moving average, and I've got breakout bar, and I'm thinking, and I remember when I first started, and I'm saying this from my own observations, because you were in the meetings and you were in the coaching, and I thought, wow, this woman really knows what she's doing, you know. And then you realised that you were terrified to go from a demo account to a live account, and you took it really steady. So how do you go from not knowing anything? I mean, when you first started, did you know anything about Forex?
Oh no, but when I was in my early 20s, just left Oxford Poly, as it was called then, and I went into book publishing. So I was in with quite a lot of, you know, Sloane Rangers in the 80s. It was the quilted little thing and the pearls and the little scarves and everything.
Mm.
There was no money in publishing, which is why I went into PR instead. But I actually wanted to be a stockbroker, but the door was completely closed because it was all the old boy network,
That's
no
right,
computers or anything. So I know now I'd always had this dream for 40 years.
Right.
Because I wanted to trade stocks. And then I went into high tech PR, where I was doing financial city releases and dealing with American companies, UK results and that kind of thing. So I was always nibbling around the edges of it. So Forex is where, in effect, you're cutting out the middleman, the bankers. You're cutting out the middleman. That's all you're doing. And with the help of the community. And remember, we have a $200 million trader on our side, Christopher Terry, who invented the harmonic scanner. It takes you years to master these things. He's done it for us. I don't know what a Fibonacci is, apart from the fact it appears in everything in the universe and it's in snail shells.
That's right.
I know it works, and there's something beyond you and me and our little logical brain. Everything moves to something. We have a heartbeat. The clock moves to something. The markets move to something. It's not random, and that's why it works when you work out the indicators. So what I would say to people, and I did the same myself, I bought everything because I thought, well, if I buy everything and take all these trades, some of it will stick. Well, of course, all that happened was, the opposite. None of it stuck. So at least I know the name of all the products. And then when I got through that phase, because to this day, I only do naked charts. I don't take any signals. I don't use any of the products. I use the free harmonic scanner. And I've learned now I can trade at any time over months using the strategy I've learned. Now, you don't have to do it that way. But I would say to people, stick to one strategy at first and then branch out from that. And I do remember one memorable day. I haven't got my other computer set up here because I haven't got a proper office. I keep moving from room to room depending what I'm doing here at the moment. But I put on YouTube Ilan Yotov, and I defy anyone, but I did it to sit through 2 hours of what is quarters theory, because that guy has written books on it, and he could rattle on till the cows come home on that one thing. And that's maths. Well, I don't know maths, and I was no good at maths at school, but I did absorb enough to understand why it's so powerful, why bankers move to those zeros and fives. And then, that's what came out of that. And you can prove that time again. So all I'd say is one strategy and learn a few indicators, and don't overanalyze and don't have too many indicators, because you will get analysis paralysis. So do
you sort of feel
it's a question of just showing up?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you feel now that you've learned a skill that regardless of what happens in the markets, regardless of what happens in the economy, you've now got a skill for life?
Yes, absolutely. Because if it won't, because the intention is a $1 billion company. But with Christopher Terry's blessing, we would all say we don't care about the company. He doesn't want us to promote the company. The fact is, what he's done is the same as what many other business models have done. In fact, in the computer industry, Michael Dell of Dell Computers was the first company that cut out the middleman and sold direct. He's done the same thing. He has commoditized and taken away the air of mystery surrounding Forex and said, here's these tools, here's this suite of software, do with it what you will, but these all work. And also we've got all this live TV and 70 or 80 educators who take their own medicine every day on live accounts and give us trades. I mean, hello, what's not to like? It's like kiddie in a sweet shop. There's almost too much to choose from. So even if the company disappeared, I know I can go and buy the harmonic scanner from anywhere. And I've got my own trading view account.
Yeah.
And I own my house. I've got my desk and chair and the fire on and the dog. I don't need anything else.
And how awesome is that?
It's phenomenal. And I think that's why people are scared of Forex, because they think it can't be this easy. So I wouldn't say it's easy, but it is simple. It is simple once you've got down the process. Now, you find driving a car easy. I find driving a car easy. My daughter's never driven a car. She won't find it easy when I say, here are the keys, stick the learner thing on, and we're driving off, to do some shopping. She'll go, oh my God, I can't do that. How do I do the clutch? I have to press the accelerator? It's purely that.
Yeah.
And you don't need to learn too much about it. You just need to refine the process. And oh, and that was the other rule I had actually. I thought at the time, I'm paying my subscription. I don't care how stupid I look. I'm going to ask damn questions. I'm paying
Yeah.
for it every month.
Yeah.
So I literally would ask the dumb questions that, because I actually got beyond the point of caring. I just thought I want a better life. I'm not going to go into my old age worried about healthcare. My daughter needs to buy a house. She's got a huge student loan. Why the hell should I after 40 years? And when you look what the government's doing with your pensions and changing offshore regulations and the tax on this, that, and the other, they're taking it off you at every turn. And I thought, no, and I'm going to teach my daughter to do this. She's coming over on Tuesday for 2 weeks. And I said, oh, good, I'll show you how to do the Forex. And she did go, oh, but at least it wasn't an outright no, because for about a year, I'd had an outright, oh no, another one of mum's online schemes that she worries about. But now I've talked to her and shown her, and she went, oh, that's good. Oh, okay then. So, bit more receptive now, are we? Yeah, because she can go to college and do this and pay her loan off doing this.
I mean, that's what I found as a business coach. You know, you speak to people and they go, okay, what's holding you back? And they'll say student debt and medical bills. You know, and there's ordinary people got 6 and 7 figure debt before they even start work, or you know, maybe the mid-20s. I'm a nurse, but I've got you know, sort of $900,000 debt. You know, and it's crikey.
Well, I think the thing is, you see, it's the matrix, it's the system, it's designed to keep you in for 40 years. So number one, as children, you're told to grow up fearful. Don't do that, you'll fall over. When I moved to France, my best friends who own a house in Italy, a holiday home, I've known her 40 years, she immediately said to me, you can't do that. I said, why can't I do it? I said, watch me. And off I went. It's strange, isn't it? Yeah. You can't do that, yet we've got another house abroad. I mean, this is my main home. So we grow up as kids very fearful. We're then put into school where we all sit in rows of 30 and it's yes and no and all the rest of it. The jobs for life are disappearing anyway, as we all know. Then you go into the work system. So the banks give you a thumping great big mortgage. You get a bigger house to keep up with the Joneses, which again is all marketing hype. Just, you've got to have the latest, you know, for whatever. Both of you have to go out to work and put the kids in daycare all day. Because of these huge salaries. It's only so they can get money off you your entire life.
Yeah.
You know, but these days, a small town boy from Illinois, a fast food fryer, who said, I'm cannot endure the thought of this life. I'm going to look on the internet. And his mentor was Jason Brown. He found his phone and he found trading, and he said, I'll have a bit of that. Jason Brown, his mentor, who is in the Lamborghini and is only 30 something, early 30s, 31 or 32, who's one of the $500,000 a month people. He was so poor when he started, he had to share his account with someone else, and he was delivering pizzas. And that's not just the only story where people could sit here and say to us, oh yeah, but that's them, that's the 3%. Why can't you? Why can't I? Why can't anyone watch this be one of the 3%? Why not?
Why not?
Why not? I mean, absolutely, why not? And if you don't, what is your middle age, old age, kids, healthcare, mortgage? You won't have much pension. Even if you've got $1 million pension, £1 million, whatever currency you want to use, it will only pay out about 30,000 a year. That isn't even enough for 1 year's full nursing care in your old age. That's what people are facing, because the structural economics of the system is actually broken. The trillion pound GDP debt the UK government has, the social security system in America, they can't pay the benefits out.
No.
So you have to do something for yourself and take back control. And also I would strongly recommend, if you are getting into trading, that you do not waste time. I do have politics today on. Oddly enough, the other day, I had it on in the blooming background, and that kind of washed over me and went into the wrong trade. But but apart from that, ignore negativity, because people will say, try and drag you back down like crabs in the bucket. So you will have to paddle your own canoe. You will have to not mind not being with the herd anymore. And you will have to be strong and resourceful of your own character, because your friends won't like it. My family hated it that I left them and came to France. And they also hated it when they thought, oh God, now what's she into? I couldn't care less, because no one else apart from yourself is going to prop you up and keep you going and make a good life for yourself.
Yeah.
So cut out the negativity. Don't talk about it that much. Be prepared for friends and everybody else, the naysayers, to pile in and tell you not to do it because they're not brave enough to step forward. And don't have negative things in your life. Drop all that stuff and all those people, because it serves you no purpose. Find what's the phrase? Enter a room you feel uncomfortable in and stay in that room until you feel comfortable. And that's what Forex is all about. And now over these 2 or 3 years, we've built up this momentum. We've got our systems and our processes and our strategies and our help and our, you know, our own trading group. You know, and I'm taking the show on the road, as you know, in the mainland Europe from this autumn. So we'll be going to Belgium, Italy, Germany, Spain, where we've got connections, and you know, make it happen, because there's plenty of support for you to make it happen, and it's good fun actually, as you see in the Trade Hub.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we win together and we share things.
Absolutely.